going on?
We are live, Kevin. There's already 3 people watching and there's comments.
All right.
So apparently,
Good comments or bad comments?
That just says hi. If you want to see them, log in. Oh, you're on your phone. Never mind. Say log in.
I'm on my computer.
Oh, say log in on YouTube and go to my channel, and you can see all the comments there. I kind of forgot to tell you that before.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
Oh, not a
problem. We are here to talk about some awesome stuff. Like Cooper might wake up and walk in here randomly because I'm like, bro, I gotta go, man. Like he was flipping out. He's like, okay, Dad, bye. So hopefully that worked.
Oh man.
So
I know how it goes.
I know you've had some sleep issues this week with your kids. You were telling me so.
Yeah, what's sleep once you're a parent?
Yeah, it's been well.
Everyone's like, you sleep. You gotta sleep. I didn't believe anybody. Yeah, you really gotta sleep.
I don't think I've slept my entire life. It's just less now, so it's all good though.
Oh, at least you're used to it then.
Yeah, so it's all good. But man, we have some seriously awesome stuff going on for us for this fundraiser we're doing. Why don't you tell us before we get into that, Kevin? Looks like we've got a lot of new people on here that I don't know, so they're probably your friends. So a bunch of my friends are going to watch. Let's introduce yourselves. You go ahead and go first and tell us who you are, what you collect, what we're even doing here, and then I'll follow you up and we'll get into our show tonight. All right, man.
All right, sounds good. First off, thanks for having me on. This is going to be a blast. Never did anything like this before. So we're going to have a little fun. I'm Kevin. I'm on Twitter at CardsKevin. I think that's how it comes out because it's like backwards when I signed up for it, but this is how it goes sometimes. So I've been doing the polar bear plunge actually since 2011. So this will be my 12th plunge, I think. If my math is right.
That's a lot.
I know it's a blast. So I started out, one of my cousins recruited me, said I do this fundraiser, we jump into the ocean, like it's a really good time. Like, yeah, why not? Sounds like fun. And I've just been hooked ever since. And every year I just keep trying to raise more money than I did the previous year. And this year I'm blowing out of the water with your help and other people's help and my friends' help. It's been ridiculous how much money I've raised so far. So I'm having a blast trying to really bump up the donations this year. I'm hoping that we get to have a full plunge in person this year, but I don't know what's going to happen yet. Last year they changed the virtual, so I don't know how they do yours, but ours is in Seaside Heights, and they usually have about 8,000 participants on the beach.
Yeah. Well, I've done like 4 or 5 different places in Columbus. They used to have it at the Columbus Zoo and literally like right next to the polar bears. They could the polar plunge. You got to go to the polar bears. And then one of the local businesses started sponsoring it. So they moved it to an outdoor concert venue downtown Columbus. So there was like, hey, jump off the stage into ice water. And that just like, it wasn't as cool.
That's
so
awesome.
Then 2 years ago, my buddy and I went up to his mom and dad live in Indian Lake. It's like an hour away. You actually jump into the lake. And that's what my picture is on my fundraiser. It's me and him, and there's 9 inches of ice sitting there. And they had, I mean, it was like 9 degrees. Water temperature was below. There was firefighters in the water because you needed help. Last year, it was, plunge your own way. My mom and dad have a pond in their backyard. So
that's where you jumped. Okay.
Broke the ice down and apart, and I couldn't get in any further. So I just kind of like just jumped into the water and like submerged my face and like my front side of my body because that's all I could do. But yeah, man, last year was absolutely insane because I'm doing a show, my buddy Che at EN Sports Cards, and I did a show every Monday. We got on just like me and you tonight and just talked cards. And this other awesome friend of ours, Jen, I said, hey, see the tattoo right here? Well, not that one, but this one.
There it is.
Tattoo. The rated rookie tattoo. So I said, if I got to $1,000, I'd get a hobby related tattoo. So as we're on the show, she donates a ton of money, like got me over the $1,000 just live on the show. And Che's like, man, you gotta check your just check the website. So I get all emotional, start like crying on live YouTube and stuff. It was awesome. And then Che tweets about it. Right after that, 2 anonymous donors matched her money just like that. Buck City Breaks comes in with like $1,000. Like those guys are incredible. I had $3,600 last year.
That's
and
awesome.
It was all from the hobby people, like the rep from the Polar Plunge here in Columbus like showed up my house with a box full of goodies. It was incredible.
That's awesome.
And so that was awesome. So this year, Eric Hecker, he does the Ripping for the Cure with Rip and
Right.
Gypsy. He was like, hey, we got to get together. This is literally what I do for a living. Let me help you out. Let's get on it. Let's show different avenues of collecting money, different things we can do. Let's get you to 5,000. I said, okay, if I get 5,000 this year, I'll go get another tattoo. But this time, Buck City Breaks like, all right, how much does it cost for a buckcitybreaks.com tattoo? I'm like, just get me to 5 and it's yours. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever. I got enough dumb stuff on my body anyways, So I said I get the the polar bear when he's diving in the water. So if I get the $5,000, I'm gonna get the polar bear tattooed on me. It's gonna be great.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like, I had no idea you were doing this till we started messaging, and that you've done it that long. I've probably done it 6 or 7 years. And my dad used to be director of Board of Education Ohio for special ed. So we've always done fundraisers like my entire life. My brother, he manages a group of mentally handicapped people who clean office buildings and stuff. So it's always just been part of our life. So when we started like, hey, what charities can we help out? American Heart Association was one. My wife lost her mom to a massive stroke while she was pregnant with our daughter. Our whole family's got heart issues and stuff. So that one, and the other big one we do is Special Olympics, man. So I'm super pumped about it.
It's awesome. It's fun to find someone that has been doing it for a while in like a different part of the country too. Just hear how it's different, and
I'm stoked that you get to do it like the ocean. This year they moved it to Alum Creek where I live, which is just a big body of water, and it's going to be like Indian Lake. Just basically go jump in, a large body of water, because there's like a little kind of dingy beach there that you can take, a boat out in, or just have a family day and go do that. So there's Eric Hecker. He just showed up. We were just talking about him.
What's up, Eric? Oh, there you are.
Kevin Fee's here. Garrett looks like your dad because it says Kevin. It says my son.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Dad.
All right.
I've been doing it for a while now, and it's now it's kind of cool that I get to share it with other people. Now I'm learning more about fundraising because I'm not a good fundraiser. I'm not very good with coming up with different ideas to fundraise. So I'm really appreciating everyone running threads and trying to help out.
I got a lot of the ideas from Eric. Kevin Fee just jumped on. He had the idea a couple of days ago. It was like, hey, what if we do like an impromptu sales thread and give 10% to the Special Olympics? I'm like, I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, that was awesome today.
Eric jumped in this morning. Kevin posted a ton of stuff. I posted some stuff. I sold like $120 worth of stuff, and I'm going to give all my money to it. So, but everybody gives what they can. I'm in a position where I can give all my stuff, so it's cool. I got gold line card shirts and koozies and bracelets and stuff that people just bought. All of that's going towards it. So
I saw that. I need to get a big shirt. You need to get them in a big size for me.
Well, I've heard that from a couple people. So it's actually Garrett's wife that makes them. So I'm gonna have to get with
no kidding.
Get with him to try to get some new sizes for people. So
yeah, I'll definitely get one.
Maybe I'll take some recommendations and get some more made.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so one thing I think we definitely need to hit on before we get into, just talking about stuff is what Kelly did this evening.
Oh, yeah, seriously. That was incredible. I couldn't believe that.
So Kelly I met Kelly, literally, he sends me a DM one day, like 2 years ago, probably. He's like, hey, I got a bunch of these Jesse Winker cards. My daughter's the #1 Jesse Winker collector in the world.
Right.
Like, I'd really like to send them to your kid. But that can be kind of weird, like, I never really talked to you, but he's like the nicest person in the world.
Right.
I even went to a Reds game with him. So he just sends my daughter some Winker cards. We just start chit-chatting. We did a massive rack for him that he says really helped out his life. And, he's really into the Special Olympics. He's got a niece with Down syndrome, and he's the Special Olympics liaison for his office now. So that's incredible. So he does a sales thread over the weekend. Says, I'm donating X amount to Kevin, X amount to Chris, and whatever his sales were, he donated a bunch of money to the both of us.
Yeah, I'll say.
And it was completely on Kelly to do all of that, and just, messages us both, hey, check your accounts because I made a deposit. And I was like, wow, that's great, man.
I couldn't believe that when I saw that message before. I was like, did I read this wrong? Like, Wow, I was blown away.
Yeah. So
It was
how much are you
awesome.
up to now?
Oh, let's see. I am up to 753. That's
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna get that 1,000 easy, buddy.
I
I'm at
know.
738. I got to get to 5,000. So
We'll get you there.
yeah, I've got about a month, 3 weeks. You got a little longer.
Sure.
Mine's on February 5th. So I'm running the fundraiser with the giveaways. Got a whole bunch of awesome prizes to give away. I probably got up to 20 different prizes donated now. So I really got to start pushing that aspect of it.
I
Different
got
people
some to
around the
throw in there
hobby
for you.
have just donated prizes to me or to this. Like there's Buck City Breaks has a gift card. Tom Willis gave a stack of cards. Che, I believe, gave something. I'm trying to think. Anna Arrow, she gave a bunch of the mascot cards. Got some sealed wax to give out and stuff. Just a bunch of awesome things going on. So I need to kind of promote that more because Employee 84 and I did a rack to get someone a wheelchair, and that's what he did was this giant raffle, and he got like $3,000 out
That's
of this
right. I
raffle.
forgot about that.
Yeah, so he got like $3,000 out of this raffle. So it was kind of his idea. So I got to get with him on how I need to promote this better because he got it in like 2 days. So
Yeah,
it's
that was wild. That was about what? Early last year, I think, maybe?
it
It was
was
early this year.
it was like May. So I
Or
remember
something.
Jesse reached out to me during the polar plunge. I
That's
said, "Hey,
right. That's
I
right.
really got a lot of this going on with the polar plunge. Like right afterwards, I'll get on it." Then I had to wait a little bit because I didn't want to ask a whole bunch of people for money after I just asked a whole bunch of people for money. So it was like 2 months after that we started getting on it, and then we bought it for our aunt. We just did it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Definitely can be done. You
Yeah.
know,
So
I've been blown away since I started collecting again, like 2 years ago, roughly. Like how nice everyone is. Like I didn't expect this. Like what a community it is. That's why I made my own Twitter account just for my cards last year.
yeah. Mine was just where are the links for the donations? Come on, Chris, get it together over here. I don't even have that up. Man, that's a complete slacker move on my end. Do
Hey, it
you
happens, right?
are you able to post yours, Kevin?
Yeah, let's see. Do I post? Where would I post it? The YouTube?
Yeah, it's in the comments.
Okay, let me pull up YouTube. My computer. Okay, let me pull up.
See, I think mine just showed up, and you can post yours in there.
I think I just
Oh,
put in. Oh, look at this. Got a
did
lot of
mine,
people watching. This is awesome.
did mine not show up?
I see
Oh, there it is.
yours.
I keep forgetting it's on a delay on my TV or my screen's on a delay. What we see right away is like 10 seconds later it comes up on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So
I
the
think I
Gold
put
Line
mine in.
Cards one that I posted is the one to my fundraiser. So Kevin and I are not doing the same. I mean, it's the same organization, but his is for New Jersey and mine's for Ohio. So it's both the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics, but he has his own, and I have a separate one for myself because I think that got a little confusing before. That's people thought we were doing a joint.
Yeah,
So
too bad we couldn't. You know how much money we'd
yeah,
raise?
next year maybe I'll fly out to New Jersey. I'd love to
Yeah,
jump
you
in the
never
ocean,
know.
man. My family will come with me. They're like, ah, oh, great, I'll jump into it, whatever.
Yeah,
My
it's
5-year-old
quite
will
the
jump in
scene. Let
the
me tell you. They open up the bars at 8 in the morning, and like everything's jammed by 10 a.m. It's crazy to see
sounds
so
like
many people out there that raise the money. It's a
especially you
really good
said
time.
8,000. I mean, last time I did Indian Lake, it might have been like 15 people. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
know in
quite the
Columbus
scene.
when they had at the zoo, they had a huge turnout because I work for my local police and fire department. I'm in communications there, so we had the Polar Plunging Police. So all of the
Right.
police officers in Columbus that wanted to do it got on one big team. So we probably had 45, 50 people on our team. But
Oh
then there's
wow.
like Special Olympics through the school boards or people who are different organizations or different towns have their own that go. There's probably, 40 to 50 people and maybe 6 or 7 different teams. So we get maybe 500, 600 people in all of
Okay.
Columbus. So I'm just so excited that New Jersey gets 8,000. Like that's
Yeah,
incredible.
I think in 2019, I don't remember last year, but I think it was 2019. There was $2 million raised in New Jersey.
Wow,
That's
that's
crazy.
incredible.
then I just saw before. I've never done any of the other one. They do events all year. I'm sure they do there too, but they're doing a snowball at Giant Stadium for the Special Olympics. Then I said it to a couple of my friends before. I said maybe we should put in like a flag football team for a fundraiser. That could be fun.
You know what's awesome, man? You just mentioned that. I said before I work communications for our local municipality, so we get together with the police department and the fire department, and we play basketball against the 4 different levels of Special Olympics in my town.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
they're state champs, bro. We get beaten by like 40 points, and they rub it in too. They'll like nail a three, like in your face, sucker. I'm like,
I love it.
He'll break my ankles, and I'll be on the ground just laughing at me. Like these the people, they say, Kelly knows the crest. Like, may I win? If I don't win, have fun trying. I'm not sure the exact thing, but they just want to be accepted. I don't even want to say they. Like they're different than us. They're the same as us.
Exactly. That's why I do it.
They get treated different, and it's terrible. It's just.
No, it really is, and that's why I like bring awareness to him, because everybody should be treated the same.
My buddy Nick lives down in Cincinnati. He's in our Cincy group, and I shared the tweet out to them. And he says his company does a team as a group down in Cincinnati, so that's awesome too. So
that's awesome. They do a couple in New Jersey actually. There's one in I do the Seaside Heights one. I think there's one in Cape May that they do earlier in the year. I think they do that on New Year's Day is when they did it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think there's like
polar bear plunges in New Jersey.
I think there's like 10 of them in Ohio. I know in Cleveland they like jump into Lake Erie. Lake Geneva does it too, where they jump in the lake. Nick just said that they do one in Cincinnati. I know Indian Lake does it. Columbus does it. I'm sure if you find a body of water in Ohio, someone's putting it together,
That's awesome.
I'm just glad I'm not jumping off a stage. They're like, you can be a rock star and jump off the stage. I'm like, and I can jump to a broken hip because your pool's 4 foot deep. Like, come on, man. Yeah. I remember jumping in, and it was like you're jumping in and hitting my butt on the bottom. Like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to walk for a week, but
that's awesome.
Well, I think we talked about our polar a little bit, so we wanted to get into some cards and some other stuff, and then kind of come back to this. We were supposed to just touch on it and leave the viewers wanting more.
It's exciting, It's exciting. I can keep going on forever about it.
Yeah, I know. I got carried away there, so
that's an important thing, though. So can't spend too much time on it. There's no.
So we had a number of topics we want to discuss today. Then we had to add Logan Paul's Pokemon and then your backyard breakers as well. Because hey, I'm gonna hit a large card, and then I'm not gonna give it to you. But then I'm gonna donate money to charity and use it a tax write-off. But then I'm gonna give the card to him with my T-shirt cut off right here, my dyed blonde hair with my Cobra Kai, headband on. I'm gonna sweep the leg like Johnny Lawrence. I mean, these dudes are getting a bad rap all day. I've never heard of them either, but they got their 15 minutes of fame. I don't really know what they're doing, but it's all kinds of bad.
Well, then I saw something that they made up with the guy or something, and they gave away a bunch of like cards to everybody that was in the break on like Twitch or something. I don't know.
I haven't seen it, but hey, John, Kevin, well, I got you here for a second. If you're not checking the comments, John Salisbury, our guy from Eloy, I met John through Eloy, said he sent a donation for me. He asked if you had a link to yours.
Thank you. Let me see if I can get it to work. Thank you.
So thank you very much, John. I haven't checked yet.
Yeah, thanks, John.
But,
Yeah, you're right, Eric. 15 minutes of fame. I just sent my link, I think. I hope. Yeah, and then I couldn't believe that. On one hand, like, that's terrible. The whole case was fake Pokemon, right? The whole case he bought?
So I don't want to say names here because I'm not sure if I should or not, but a guy I'm in a group chat with, he works directly with Mealy Pops, who's like involved, who sold it to Shine, who then got it authenticated, who then got it authenticated, who then used a broker, who then sold it. And to his knowledge, like, it was legit. And then it got authenticated by 2 different very knowledgeable people. And then it's full of G.I. Joe. I'm kind of thinking there might be some kind of Logan Paul, needs more attention because that's how he's going to get more money. Because dude can
Right.
make millions of dollars just on YouTube, and I mean that's just how he gets money because that's who he is and what
Yeah.
he does. But there's just, to me, it's like there's got to be something else, man. There's no way it goes from a person that I think is very reputable with an excellent reputation through 2 authentications gets to him and is fake. But then again, I'm
Yes.
talking with my wife. She's like, how do you authenticate boxes from 25 years ago? Like, what?
That's true.
Like, come on, man. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I'm talking too much. I'm nervous.
No,
I'm
I
nervous.
mean, I don't know too much about him. I mean, on one hand, I'm like, well, that kind of sucks because, there's a lot of fraud out there and, you hate to see that. But on the other hand, like maybe it is an intention thing and it's just kind of going along with the story. It's kind of weird though. I mean, look, let's face it, he could just buy a new one if he wanted to, I guess. So he's got enough cash. But it's been a wild 24 hours on Cards Twitter.
Yeah, man. Well, I sent you a little rough draft earlier. Did you bring 5 awesome cards to show?
I tried to pull some out. I have 5 cards here, so we'll go with them.
All right, you want to show them or you want me to go first?
I can go. So this one came today. This was a rack I got surprised with today. Oh, I don't know if you can, let me take it out. It's a 1923 W515-1 strip card. I started getting into these vintage. Oh, what am I doing with my light? Maybe I got too much light here. Oh, there it is.
There you go. Wow.
So I started getting into these strip cards, not clubs, strip cards recently, just because I wanted to collect vintage, and like some of it's just so expensive and like can't do it. Like I've just been buying beat up old cards, and then I found out about these things. I'm like, wow, this is like really old and really awesome. So I've been just trying to get some of these as I go along because this thing's almost 100 years old. So that was a nice surprise I got today.
That's incredible, man.
These, my softball team this year, my one friend John kept making funny pictures after all our games. So we played from April to November. The last game, I wish I had the whole thing down here. They surprised me with a big frame with everybody's card, like picture printed on actual baseball cards. So I have some of them here. Actual baseball cards of a bunch of my team. So
did they do like the Topps custom?
Yeah, I don't know what he did. I'd have to ask him.
What up? Yeah, because I know we've got some over here of my kids that we get each year from Topps, so we get custom made and stuff. That's really awesome.
And let me find the other 3. So these
While he's finding that, Trucker Tim, we're doing our Polar Plunge fundraiser and talking some cards tonight. It's my buddy Kevin up there.
So I picked this up recently. It's a Mike Richter autograph card.
Man, that was like
really
reason him and Messier were the reason I watched hockey in the 90s. Like I played NHL 95 and was the Rangers and loved it.
I'm a huge hockey fan.
And then the Blue Jackets came and sucked for 30 years and were good one year, and now they're okay. But
that's right.
Games are fun.
Yeah, it looks like it's a cool arena to go to.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, Tim, we're raising money for the Polar Plunge, man. It's Special Olympics fundraiser that Kevin and I are both doing. He's doing for New Jersey. I'm doing from Ohio. Links are above if you scroll up for donations, and then we're doing raffles and giveaways and stuff. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No problem. So this was my first mantle card I picked up a couple months ago on the Cards with the Story vintage thread. It's a 1964 Topps Giant mantle. So I hadn't heard of it, but I looked it up and I was like, oh, it says the more affordable like mantle type of cards to get. So I'm like, oh, okay. I picked it up, and then my absolute favorite card is this one I picked up, my 1968 mantle. If I can show you it. Sorry, the lighting is.
Yeah, if you just do a little angle, there it goes.
So it's not perfect, but it's mine. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what Chase said. It's not mint, but it's mine.
Yeah, so I got that about 2 months ago. So I keep it here in my little closet right here. So it's displayed at all times.
I thought I was going to get to buy some here recently. My buddy or someone I work with is like, yeah, my friend's grandma died and has a bunch of old cards they're looking to sell and sends me all these pictures of Mantle and Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness. So me
That's
and my
awesome.
pal Ben were like, okay, let's rack up some money and buy the lot. Get out there, and they're all like reprints and archives. I'm like, you just went from like 50,000 to $500, dude. Like,
Oh,
ouch now. So I don't own any vintage. Anything I get, I give to my dad because
it's awesome.
he's like 75 and that's what he collects. So
Yeah, no, you got to be careful. So I've been very careful, and like everyone's really willing to help out and like give you some advice. And there's some people here on here that are really good at spotting fakes. What's I can't remember his name. Ryan Nolan, I think his name. He just wrote a book, Spotting Fakes or something. I pre-ordered it, so I can't wait for it to come. I
oh,
found
cool.
him through one of these vintage threads, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, if you could share that with me, I'd like to get my dad into stuff like
Yeah,
that. I
I'll
don't know
I'll
anything
find
about
his
it, so
handle for you.
that'd be great.
I'll definitely find it when I see it. I just gotta type it in. But I'm excited for that book to come because, like, you know, and I picked like this vintage up. Like, I'm just collecting any old Yankees I can get my hands on right now. Where did it go? I got a Tom Trush card today from
Hey,
the Judge.
hey, Kevin, John Salisbury said he sent you a donation. I'm not sure if you were checking the comments, but I just want to let you know.
Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate it. It's very nice. Thank you.
So when did you start collecting cards, Kevin?
So when I was a kid, I collected pretty much baseball and hockey and like anything I can get my hands on, a little football and basketball, but it was more so baseball and hockey. Then about 2 years ago, I was like, and like I stopped like in late '90s when I was in high school, kind of stopped. Then I'd buy a pack or two every year. I was like, oh, like these are cool looking, like they're different. And then 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I want to build a collection for my kids. So when they're older, they'll have cards from every year they were born, like a cool little set to start with. And that just kind of exploded.
Do you buy them the complete sets?
No, so I've just been buying. So this is how it all happened. So I'm a Yankees fan, as you know, and Phil Hughes is big in the cards.
Mm.
So I kept seeing him tweeting about cards. I'm like, maybe I could try this and try this out. And I kept seeing him in like Midwest box breaks, like he'd like tag them and stuff. I'm like, oh, Phil thinks they're cool, so I'll check this place out. And I've been hooked ever since. It's just kind of spiraled, and it adds up quick. So you got to keep it going.
Yeah, my buddy Nick Lucchese, he was like, hey, yeah, he's got kids that are roughly close to the same age as mine, and we actually went to Disney with them in the summertime, and it was awesome. Good friend of mine, and he said, hey, I buy a complete set for my kids for each year that they're born, that they're
That's
alive,
awesome.
and when they're 18 or whatever, you just give it to them or whenever they want to have them. So I'm missing 18 for my daughter. But she was born in 16. My son was born in
Right.
19. So I didn't get the idea till like 19. So I got 19 and 20 and 21 for them. I just need 18 for my daughter. But yeah, good luck finding that with
Yeah,
Ronald
really.
Acuna in there.
I was
But
about to say good luck with 18.
yeah. I'm the same as you, man. I'm 39. Collected as a kid. Still have some cards like my brother's got the Jordan Grail. I got Barry Sanders rookie over here, Elway rookies, all that. Probably started collecting again, 2010 maybe. My wife really enjoys it. Every once in a while, we've got a local card shop, Triple Play, like a mile from my house.
It's awesome.
Card Collector 2 is like 45 minutes from me. Ryan, who's awesome too. And so just always, I've literally gone to Triple Play since I was like 4 years old. Like it's been around that long, just gone for a couple different owners. And
That's
just,
awesome.
every once in a while have a hobby box here, hobby box there, but like really got going, you know, just pre-pandemic, but also like you said, like I've got my own personal Twitter, and this is the cards account, and I just passed 5,000 followers this last week, which is like 5,000 people care
That's
what I
awesome.
say. Like it's weird, but
There should be a lot more than that, though.
I
That's
think it's cool. So, then
awesome.
and Kelly said something like, you're doing something right because you don't buy followers. I don't do like I did giveaway once. I was like, hey, if everybody follows me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that was like the worst thing ever. It was such a bad experience. Like, never again am I gonna do something
Yeah, I
like
wouldn't do
that.
that.
And I'm not one of those who follows everybody back who follows me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look at your profile and then see Um, if it just says buy, sell cards, like I'm probably not following you because all you're doing is buying and selling. I'm more in the engagement, the friends, the
Right.
experience of it. Like that's what I'm here for. And the cards are just a bonus. So
No, I definitely agree.
yeah, this is
It's
my
about
first year.
quality, not the quantity.
My first year with the Montgomery Club with Tops, huge into baseball, football, a little bit basketball, not really hockey, but my daughter digs hockey. And Old Town Cards, JB and Shooty Stacks. And that crew got me into Pokemon this year. And my
Okay.
kids just love Pokemon. I was never into it when I was young because it was kind of like after the card collecting time
Yeah,
for
it was
me.
after me too.
So I never did until like March of this year started. And it's like I just opened a UPC with my daughter downstairs. Like it was amazing. Like, I love
That's
it.
awesome. It's so much fun. I hope my kids are interested eventually, but we'll see.
No, my brother popped on and said the LCS we went to when we were little was called Gill's Extra Base. Not it wasn't triple play.
Oh, okay.
So
Close enough.
yeah, whatever.
I don't even remember the names. Like there was a couple places, but it was mainly my grandparents would take me when I'd visit them. I'd go buy cards usually.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if my dad would go in, but I remember being there with my two brothers, and the guy would always be in there smoking this big old cigar and blowing smoke on you and stuff. Like I just, it was right next to the bowling palace and Cub Foods and this little shopping center, a couple minutes from my house. I mean, I don't know if I had to have been less than 6 when we went there because that's when we lived over there. I don't imagine I'd ride my bike that far. Probably got a ride or something.
Good memories.
But is that all 5 year cards?
Yeah, that'd be my 5 that I have
All right.
accessible. I have one that would be on there. It's been at PSA since March of last year, so we'll see that by December maybe.
Yeah, good luck with that.
If
I
I'm
got
lucky.
3 different submissions still there.
Ugh,
So I'll go with mine. My first one is the Cody Bellinger PSA 10 high five short print rookie. This was the first card that was like a chase card for me where I actually sold stuff and was like, I need to get enough money to buy this card. I PC Cody Bellinger just because I like him. I don't really need a reason other than that. And that was a short print rookie card and a PSA 10. So I was like, all right, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Then I got to buy it. So I call it like my first chase cards that really actually put work into getting it. It wasn't like I just saw it on Twitter, like, hey, I'm going to buy it. Or I opened it in a pack. It was like, okay, I see this card. I want it. How am I going to get it? And then I got it.
right.
So second card is an Elway auto game worn out of 10.
That's
My
awesome.
wife got this for me when I graduated with my master's degree as like a congratulations, you got your MBA gift, and it's just so meaningful because it's game worn.
That's awesome. I love the serial numbered cards. They're the best.
Yeah, I've got another Elway over there, game worn that actually tells you what game it was worn in. So
Wow, that's awesome.
Big Duke fan. So the Christian Leitner, outstanding play of the year, 1991 auto, upper deck. This next card is bonkers, man. A 1 of 1, Lock Judy, RPM.
Wow.
So I see a guy selling this on Twitter, and we got this little cardboard community group that Kevin FREEZIN and Kelly and some other good people, and someone sends him like, dude, I gotta have it, man. I'm about to sell like a bunch of my basketball sealed wax for it, and they're all like, no, don't do that, man. Little had I known they were in the background buying it for me.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm like talking to the dude, like, I'll do this. Like, I'm really sorry, man. It was sold. I'm like, oh, I'm super bummed out. Little did I know it was sold to Kevin Fee because he bought it with all my buddies.
Awesome.
So, and so like, I can't remember how many people in it, but all my buddies got together to rack me this. And it was just probably the most meaningful card that I have.
That's awesome. That's a sick card.
And the other card that was racked to me by another buddy, Champ Bailey, Aqib Talib auto out of 5.
Wow.
This is one of those that you don't talk to somebody that often. You don't interact with somebody, but you kind of like how you and I just started talking a bunch last month.
Right.
You got something to comment with. Someone has talked to you for like a month straight and we were just hanging out and doing some fun stuff. All of a sudden just sends me this in the mail. Doesn't say, hey, look out for your mail or I'm going to do something for you. It just comes and says, this card belongs in your collection. I've had it for a long time. Now I just want to send it to you. You should have it.
Awesome.
And I'm like, are you serious? It was my first champ auto. Now I've got a full helmet right about there. That's a champ auto. And it blows me away when people do awesome stuff like that.
That's so cool. There's so much of it. It's awesome. It's really refreshing to say.
Yeah. I mean, I give so much stuff away. Like, I don't care. Just have stuff, whatever. But when you like get something back and it's like, oh, I see you do nice stuff, so I want to do nice things too. It's like, you know what? Like, you just made someone else do something nice. Even though it's for you, they're going to go do something nice for somebody else next. And then somebody else next and somebody else next too. So it's a good feeling.
No, absolutely. So how'd you become a Broncos fan living in Ohio?
You know those little mini helmets you get at the grocery store?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
I got a Broncos mini helmet.
That's all it took.
And that's how I became a fan. I don't know. When we were younger, I remember I played football on like the Bears, and so did my brothers, and they like the 49ers. I even had like a 49ers like poster up in my room, and Joe Montana. Like my brother Kevin's confirmation name is Jonathan because of John Elway, and my brother Brian's is Joseph because of Joe Montana. And then somehow we just started, just watching like when the drive happened and the fumble.
Okay.
And I got those helmets. I'm like, I got to be a Broncos fan to start watching John Elway. I've got the cover of Sports Illustrated right before they lost to the Niners, 55-10. This John Elway saying, "We'll show up." I remember that being on my brother's wall. Like we would cut out Sports Illustrated and put them on our walls. And so then just, getting older, you find, the things you like. And once I got into it, it was all Broncos, man.
That's awesome. I got into football a lot later, so it's kind of further down my list. I still like it, but I'm a Jets fan, so it's not enjoyable.
Charlie asked, do we do NFTs? I do NBA Top Shot. I don't do like my brother Kevin gets me into all kinds of stuff. He does a ton of NFTs. But I don't do anything other than that. I like opening the packs. I think it's cool. I don't want to mint anything. I know Ben over at Midwest is getting into them. He's got a new Discord.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Willis is super into it. It's not for me, man. It's just
I don't understand it, but I did the Top Shot. I got out actually. I said, I'm just gonna get out of this because I don't understand what's going on. The packs are just getting more expensive. So I'm like, I'll get out of this. And I had gotten some of the Topps baseball ones last year. I got one pack of that. And then Tom actually sent me an NFT. So I have two NFTs. I have a Blake Jameson coin that he gave out. And I have this one duck NFT that Tom sent me actually a few weeks ago. So I have two.
I got really off put because I got a new cell phone. And I didn't know like I had to write down a saying or whatever for the metaverse.
Oh no, you lost the passcode.
And so I don't have my passcode to get into my metaverse. So it was kind of off-putting for me. Like all I have is a Blake coin, and I might have something else that my brother might have given me, but I don't know how to get in there. He keeps trying to get me into the NFL ones, autograph, the DraftKings. I mean, he's making good money doing it. It doesn't interest me. But you know what? He got me into Top Shot after me not wanting to do it, and he made a bunch of money on that. He got me into Dogecoin after I didn't want to do it. We made a bunch of money on that, so maybe I should start listening to him. So
I sold too early on that. I bought the Dogecoin before it blew up about like 5-6 months, just because I had a few extra bucks after I made a purchase in my Robinhood account. I'm like, I'll buy like $20 of this. Like that'll get me like 1 million shares. I just sold way too early. I was like, this thing is like exploding. So I think I sold it like 12 cents. And what did it get up to, like 30?
I got up to like 70, man.
Or whatever it was. Yeah, I stopped looking because I was depressed.
I bought too late. My brother, he bought it like 1/5 of a cent or something. And I bought it like 12 and I got out at like 60. And I made like $4,000 or $5,000. But he said if he would have kept it, he would have had like $170,000. He said he was sick to his stomach, had to go throw up because he's like, I
don't understand it. But
you could have lost all your money. It makes no sense. It's a pump and dump. Like I study the stock market. I've got an MBA. It didn't make sense.
I have no idea how any of it works, but I
Well,
see wealthy
see,
people doing it, so I want to be in on it.
yeah, I see the stories where it's like, okay, I made I have $2 million in Ethereum, and I made a NFT. I made I minted something. Then I bought it from myself for $2 million. So I've got that. So I've got the ETH too because I bought it myself.
Right,
And so then I'm going to now try to sell it for $120,000, even though I just sold it for two million. So it looks like it was just sold for 2 million. Now someone's going to buy it for 120,000. So then you sell it for 120,000, and you just made $120,000, and some chump just bought it thinking it's worth $2 million, and it's
right,
not. So to me, and it's unregulated. Like you can scam anybody,
right.
especially after seeing the scams today. It's just like it seems like one big Gary V pump and dump. Like that's just literally what I think it is. Like I don't think it's the future of collecting. I don't think it's the future of cryptocurrency. I think is like Ethereum and Bitcoin and stuff could be a global currency, but it's just to make money. Like that's it. Like if I can make money, I do it. But to me, it's not a hobby. It's not
Right.
something I want to do. I'm too busy in my life right now. Man, you got two little kids, a full-time
Yeah,
job, and I
it's
understand.
true.
I'm getting
Yeah,
tired.
I just I don't understand it. I want to understand it. I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll buy any more. I might buy the Midwest one. I don't say. I got to figure that all out still. So I don't fully understand how this works, but people try to explain it to me. It's just over my head.
Yeah, well, Ben seems to have a good community around him and people who are willing to help.
Yeah, people have
I'm
been
not going to
answering
get in that.
questions.
I'm in his sellers Discord. I've got a
Okay.
room that I've had closed down for a little bit. But
Do you? I never noticed them there.
I'm
Which one
hoping to
was yours
open.
in there?
I'm Gold Line Cards room. I've got it
Okay.
shut down currently because I just ran out of time. But now I have new days off at work. I should have more time to put into it. And I didn't want to take up someone's spot or,
Right.
not be active and have a room and just be there.
Right.
Don't want to get on bad terms with anybody. So I was like, hey, can you shut down my room for a little bit? Yeah, no problem, whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm not in the break things. I don't get into breaks very often. So there's not, point in getting in that. And same with the NFT. Like I don't do NFTs, so why would I get in that?
Right.
But for
I have
you,
very
like if you want to
yeah.
learn, go do it because that seems like a great place to go learn and grow. It just I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, it's been very helpful. Everyone's been answering my questions as we go along. To the best that I can understand them.
Yeah. All right, man. So we were also
Speaking
going to
of,
talk about. Are you all done with NFTs, or are you still
oh yeah,
going?
and I was gonna say, what do you think about these playoff games?
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting into too. I was about to look up my ESPN so we could talk about them real quick because I had it pulled up on my other computer,
Oh, that's right.
and then we had to switch. That's why we were late. It was technical errors on me,
And May.
so my bad. Let me look this up real quick. Um, it
And
definitely.
I actually put all my picks into a parlay already.
Oh, okay then.
I'm feeling good about them.
We cannot legally gamble in Ohio yet.
Still?
They passed the legislation in like 4 years, but we've got casinos and stuff. We just can't
Right.
sports gamble. All right, we got the Raiders, the Bengals. Who do you like and why?
I like I like the Bengals. I know Joe Burrow's banged up, but I mean, they're a superior team to the Raiders. I think they're going to light up that secondary. When I first looked at it, it was 5.5. I looked at it before we went on, it was 4.5, showing in my book. So I would definitely take minus 4.5. I think the Bengals are going to win by probably 2 touchdowns. I don't think it's going to be close. You know, Burrow and Chase are just phenomenal. Burrow's banged up, Mixon's banged up. I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you here on the Bengals. The Raiders, like I don't know how you slipped in. Like they should have lost to Denver. They should have
That was
lost to the
wild.
Chargers. There's so many games that they should have lost, but then it's like you get your coach fired halfway through the season. Marv from Home Alone somehow becomes your quarterback. I mean, you
Yeah,
seen Derek Carr like he is Marv from Home Alone, and Joe Burrow is Macaulay Culkin. Like
it's
who is
true.
Joe Pesci? Like, come on, man. But yeah, Burrow to Chase, like give me
Forget it.
150 yards and a touchdown, and Mixon defensive line is going to be the game changer for me for the Bengals. I like the Bengals by like 10. And
Yeah,
I don't think it's particularly close from the
I don't
beginning.
think so.
The Raiders snuck in, so they got that, but they do got like the good ride feeling, But the Cincinnati hasn't had a home playoff game in
Right,
forever, so that house is going to be rocking. Las Vegas coming to the cold.
right. That's another
How are you
factor.
going to play outside? I mean, it gets pretty windy down right on the river too, so it's a whole different environment. I've been to the Bengal Stadium a lot of times, and it's usually pretty friendly towards Broncos fans because Cincinnati hasn't really been good for a long time,
Right.
and Denver has been. So now, and when they had Peyton Manning, a lot of Manning fans would come from Indianapolis just to
Yeah, it's
see
true.
Manning play in those years. So I think, I do remember we went to a Monday night game and Cincinnati beat Denver. My brother Kevin and I went, and it was like ridiculously rocking for Cincinnati. So it was the first home Monday night game in like 20 years or something. So I just got a feel that stadium is going to be rocking, home field advantage, the blood flowing for Burrow, 403 touchdowns. Sorry, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns for Burrow. Bengals by 10.
I like it.
All right, it's got the Pats and the Bills.
Oh,
Saturday night, what you got?
this is gonna kill me, and I
No,
hate this
no, don't
because
do it.
I hate them. I do. I hate the Patriots, but it's just some kind of nonsense. With Belichick, I don't know if they're gonna win, but I saw +4. I would take +4. I think it's gonna be a field goal difference. I think it's gonna be a very close game. It's gonna be cold. Might be a little windy. I think it's gonna be close. It's just I can't stand them. I hope the Bills win by 100 points. I just think it's gonna be a field goal game. I'll take the +4 all day.
I'm going to agree
I
with
hate Mac
everything you
Jones.
said. I'm going to have the Bills winning by 3, so the +4. It's going to be a field goal game. The Bills stadium is the only one I will not go back to as an opposing fan. My brother and I
That
went, and
experience.
Jason Elam hit a walk-off field goal. And he's like, walk away with your head down, and so no one will punch you in the back of the head. I'm not going to. You guys have been cool all game. I'm like, holy crap, that was crazy. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
Josh Allen is ridiculously unhuman. He's like an alien. Stephon Diggs is incredible. Don't think
It's
they have a
good.
great run game. Defense is okay, but New England's a team that just doesn't make sense. Like everybody had him the bottom of the barrel. Mac Jones comes along and he's Brady Jr.,
I know. You don't have
efficient,
to tell
work
me.
hard. You're in the Belichick system. You're the prototypical Belichick guy. Defense is incredible. I mean, Jared Mayo is getting head coaching offers everywhere.
I know.
And it's just like reload the coaching. Josh McDaniel's been there for longer than I've been alive. So, Patriots are the team that doesn't make sense, but they're going to get it done. I think Bills win, but Pats cover.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. Sounds
All
like we
right.
got in the same order so far.
Yeah. Sunday, early game, Eagles and Bucks.
The other one I don't like because I can't stand Tom Brady. It's going to be a blowout. I think Tampa Bay is going to crush them. I have it in my book -8.5. I think they're going to crush the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are that great. I'm not a fan of Jalen Hurts. Love Devontae Smith, big fan of him, but it's going to be that stupid Brady magic and luck in the postseason, and I hate it.
Okay. I'm definitely going to take the over in this game.
What's
Don't
it
even
at
know
the over?
don't even know what it is, but I'm taking it.
It's probably something like 45.5. Let's say. Let's see what
But
we
I'm going to disagree with your hate of Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has 0 playmakers on his team that aren't named Devonta Smith.
That's true.
If you look at his stats through the same amount of games as Lamar Jackson, who they gave the MVP to, Jalen Hurts' stats are better. If you
That's
look at the
true.
throws Jalen Hurts make, the throws are better. If you look at the jukes where he jukes people out of their jockstrap, Jalen Hurts are better. But he doesn't get the love because he's on a team full of nobodies in a division where you're getting blown out by Dak and Amari and
Right.
PD. So yeah, I think Patriots win 6 or 7. Philly covers. I do
Tampa
like
Bay.
Jalen Hurts a lot. Maybe you and I can do a card bet on this one or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we can
we'll
figure
talk
something
about
out.
that later on. But yeah, I'm taking Philly on this one.
And I was close. The over's 46 right now.
Now parlay Philly in the over.
Yeah, I like that 46. I definitely like the over.
All right, we got the afternoon game, 49ers at Cowboys. By the way, the Dallas Cowboys haven't beaten the Broncos since the mid-90s.
Well, I don't know how this one's going to go over, but I have it in my book plus 3 49ers. I'm taking it. The Cowboys are really, really, really good. I understand they're really good. They've been great, but if the 49ers run that fast up-tempo offense, they might start to pull away a little bit. I think that the Cowboys will probably win, but it's not going to be by more than 3. I think the 49ers can put up a lot of points also. I mean, you have Deebo Samuel running down the field, taking jet sweeps down the field. Garoppolo is going to be the big question mark for me on this one. I mean, you have George Kittle there that he doesn't seem to know how to target somehow in my fantasy playoffs. I'm not going to talk about that. So,
hey, did you know Deebo Samuel broke the NFL record for most rushing touchdowns by a wide receiver this year?
I didn't, but I'm not surprised.
Now you do.
A lot.
Now you do. I'm gonna get on TikTok and be like that guy. Hey, nobody cares, but did you know the blah, 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 blah? Now you do.
I love it.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Dallas, like you said, man, they're either great or they're terrible. Like, how did you get blown out by the Broncos? Like, I was listening to that game on the way home from South Bend the next day because we went to an Irish game the day before.
Right.
And just listening on the radio, I'm like talking to my dad and my daughter, like, this really happening? Like, are we in the Twilight Zone? Like, is this going on? But I think Dak's got to have something to prove that he's out of Tony Romo's shadow. Like, could be an MVP one year. He's really good.
He's very good.
Zeke to me is going to be the difference. I don't think it's going to be a blowout because if you pass all day long, they're going to stop you. If you run all day long, they're going to stop you. You got to balance the run to hit CD deep, Amari over the middle. So I think Zeke and Tony Pollard might even be better than Zeke, like especially in goal line. But you paid Zeke a bunch of money, so you're going to give it to him. San Francisco's got Nick Bosa and a great defensive line. They can get after the quarterback. Can Dak get away from that and scrambles? The ankle's still a problem. People going to be able to get open. Are they going to utilize Kittle? Is Deebo going to be in it? Where's Brandon Ayuk at? Like, what's going on? Who's even there as running back? Is Trey Lance going to play? There's so many question marks around this game that I feel like Dallas, their defense is so good, though. Micah Parsons, defensive player of the year or rookie of the year. Not player, but rookie. Beats out Patrick Surtain. I think Dallas is just too much going on. Dak's got to prove himself. Micah Parsons. I'm going Cowboys
in the secondary.
He's got the most interceptions in the league, right? So
yeah.
You said a lot rides on Jimmy G. It's going to be Jimmy G versus Diggs for the W.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so we got 2 that we disagree on now. So I think we're both going to agree on this next one, though.
I don't know. I might shock the world here. You got the Steelers KC next, right?
Yeah.
So my book has a 12.5. I hate the Steelers. I do not like the Steelers. I hate Ben Roethlisberger. I can't stand them. I've had a lot of bad experiences with the Steelers over the years. Can't stand the Steelers. With that being said, neither team can stop the run. The best running back between the two teams is Najee Harris by a mile. That guy's ridiculous. Casey's going to win, but I don't think they're going to cover 12.5. I don't think so. I think that the Steelers are going to keep it close. Najee Harris is going to have a field day because he's amazing. And I think it would be one of those maybe 10-point games.
All right. Let me break it down for you.
Oh. So you thought we were going to agree?
No, we are not. The Chiefs had won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row before they lost to the Bengals, which could have won that game very easily and then beat the Broncos. Since they got Melvin Ingram, on that defense. The defense has given up 7 to the Packers, 14 to the Raiders, 9 to the Cowboys, 9 to the Broncos, 9 to the Raiders, 28 to the Chargers, 10 to the Steelers when they beat the Steelers 36-10. Gave up 34 to the Bengals and 24 to the Broncos, while winning each game well over 10 points to each and every one of those games. I read a story earlier that said this is the largest spread in playoff history. That would except for Super Bowls, because Denver was dogged by 14.5 to the Packers when they beat Favre, and they could suck it because I was the man. Thanks for watching, John. Appreciate you, man. But anyways,
yes, thank you.
Every single one of the favorites won if it was 10 or more in the wild card round. So I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with history. I'm going with Mahomes. Tyreek Hill's going to have a field day. Travis Kelce's going to have a field day. No one on that team can stop Travis Kelce. You're going to put Joe Hayden on Tyreek and another guy. Joe Hayden. Even look at Mecole Hardman had a good game. Brandon Pringle had a good game. You're right. Najee Harris is going to run all over him, and that's the only way the Steelers can win is ball control and a run game. That's how Denver kept it close with the Chiefs is, Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams running, playing good defense. I don't think the Steelers have that good of a defense. I mean, they've got the sack leaders. They've got the most sacks in the league as a team. Kansas City's got an upgraded offensive line from, a month ago. Their secondary is not that great, and Patrick Mahomes the best. Mahomes to Tyreek is in Rodgers to Devontae got to be the best two in the league. So
speaking of, I can't believe what they did with Watt in the sack record. I couldn't believe that. Did you see that? The statisticians didn't credit him with one of the sacks he had in that game.
I did not see that.
And the Steelers appealed, but I don't know. That guy should have the record.
He'll get it eventually, hopefully. So
yeah.
But also, they brought up the point you're playing 17 now instead of 16, so it needs to have an asterisk.
Yeah, but he didn't play all 17 games. I think he.
But he had the opportunity to.
Okay, that's true.
I heard. I knew you were going to say that. Literally, I was listening.
You were ready.
It's like, but he had the opportunity to. Strahan also came out a lot at the end of games and stuff in that season, and probably didn't play like 2 games worth of sitting out fourth quarters because they were dominating back then.
That's
in
true.
The Super Bowl eras and stuff with Eli. And so, I think the same thing with Cooper Kupp. He said it too. He's like, if I break Megatron's record, it's with an extra game. So he still has the record. I mean, he came about 14 yards short. He still got the Triple Crown, but 14 yards short to Calvin Johnson's record, but in 17 games. So.
And that brings us to our last game.
I got the Chiefs covering that. And then, it's a perfect segue into the Rams at Chargers.
Cardinals.
I'm tired, man. Cardinals at Rams. Who do you got, man?
So when I first looked at it, the line was 4, and now it's 3.5. I'm going to take the Rams to cover 3.5 at home. Cooper Kupp is out of this world. I'm really pumped for Matthew Stafford because he's been one of my favorite fantasy quarterbacks over the years because he's the king of garbage time, and now he's actually on a good team. And I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think that the Rams are going to be beating them by touchdown.
Do you know that my son has the Optic 2021 Optic Cooper Kupp Rainbow?
I did not.
Yeah. We started collecting because that was the first card that came out with him wearing number 10 because he was number 18 before.
Okay.
And so started chasing it. And K-Dub and Eloy, the GOAT, are big Cooper Kupp fans. So they kind of helped me out with it. Had all of them but the one of one. And it popped up and struck a deal with the guy. And
that's awesome.
So technically it's my son's. His name's Cooper. So we collect Cooper Kupp cards for him.
Yeah.
My daughter's got the 2019 Jesse Winker Chrome Rainbow. So we had to start one for him. So we're big Cooper Kupp fans. So I'm going to be rooting for the Rams to win the Super Bowl. But, I really think Kyler Murray is such an underrated quarterback. Like, he is a top 5 QB, but he's not playing like one. Like, he has the potential.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
You add AJ Green to an offense, and you don't even know that he's there because your offense is so good. Like, come on, man. Defense is upgraded. You played in an excellent division where 3 teams made the playoffs, and you still come away, they're 99.9% 6% to win that game to give them the 1 seed and they lose. Like you said, they got Stafford, who's, just tasting the playoffs and could get a win. He's been in the playoffs once and he's been awesome. Went to second away from the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah.
One of the greatest games I've seen, that Baltimore at Rams game a couple years ago, when Lamar and Goff just threw for like 10,000 yards. It was incredible. You've got the best receiver in the game, upgraded quarterback. It's going to be great. Like, I'm just really looking forward to watching this game, but I'm taking the Rams. Like, I think this is the best game of the weekend, and I'm stoked for it.
Yeah, which is that the Monday night game?
Yeah.
I thought so.
And I'm not too happy because I got to work at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, so I got to be up at 5:45. But I'm off work till Tuesday because we're going out of town for my daughter's birthday.
Nice.
But, so how about this then? Who do you got in the Super Bowl then?
Oh God. If I had to say.
All right, hold on a second. Let's do two. Who you want to be in the Super Bowl, and then who you think will be in the Super Bowl. Because for me, that's two different things.
All right, so if I had to pick someone, let's say in the NFC, I'd like to see Green Bay. I like Green Bay a little bit. I need something to cheer for once in a while. So I'd like to see Green Bay versus, let's see, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of who I want to see versus who's going to be there, because I think that's going to be Green Bay Chiefs. That's what I think is going to happen. But I'd like to see maybe the Bengals. I'd like to see Green Bay Bengals would be a fun Super Bowl.
Okay.
I love Joe Burrow, big fan. I got him on one of my dynasty teams. Big fan.
Well,
but I think it's going to be the Packers and Chiefs.
All right. I would like to see the Rams. Wait. I'm going to root for the Bengals and the Rams. I think the most fun game would be Arizona and Buffalo. And I think it's going to be Green Bay and Kansas City. And Green Bay wins. And then Rodgers comes to Denver. And then he wins 4 more at Denver and rides off into the sunset. All right, so who do you got winning then?
I think it's going to be Green Bay.
All right. And so with the playoffs coming up, who's one hobby card if you were to buy, say you should have bought a month ago because their prices are about to skyrocket? See, I would think Burrow, but they kind of already did. I'd say Brady, but they already did. Mahomes already did. I'm thinking it's got to be Kyler Murray. Like, Kyler can go to the Super Bowl and win, and his prices are going to Mahomes. Like, if Arizona wins the Super Bowl, Kyler Murray rookies are now worth more than Mahomes. Like,
that's true. How are the Cup cards trading for their stupid money right now?
Oh, it's ridiculous. We went from getting a ton of them for free because everyone's like, here, Cooper Cup for a kid, to people like DMing me, hey man, you want this card for $500? Like, no, sorry. Like, my 2-year-old son who doesn't have any idea what he's doing. And then it's not like I'm going to go sell it or make a profit off it because it's my kid's card. Like, if it's like really awesome, like, okay, great. I'll take like this RPA for what it's worth. I'm not paying $500 for something I don't know if my kid's even going to like, But Charlie over here said Bucks Patriots. And then O'Neill said, boo Charlie.
So, that's me, O'Neill.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, boo Charlie.
That's my YouTube. That would be the worst case scenario. Like, I might not even watch a Super Bowl at that point. Because either the Patriots are going to win or Tom Brady's going to win. I'm going to be annoyed either way.
So Patriots win, Mac Jones is through the roof. Like,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If they win a playoff game, his cards are going to go up, I think.
Oh, go up. And I'm talking like Mahomes value because he's still a rookie. Like, a rookie winning the Super Bowl?
Ridiculous.
All right, so who do you got for MVP this year? Do you watch enough football?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Jets, so I don't know if you call it football, but I've read some, thank God. I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
there's an argument to be made for Cooper Kupp, but I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
It's a quarterback league. Like Kupp got the triple crown, best receiver is in the game right now. In my
And he's
opinion,
great. Don't get me wrong. I
he
just think
finally got a
it's
quarterback. But yeah, it's kind of a quarterback league where you live and die by the quarterback, and it's almost a
right.
quarterback, you know, award.
Yeah, yeah. We'll say. I mean, the media, you never know what they're going to do. Look what the Baseball Hall of Fame writers have been doing for years now. It drives me crazy. You don't know what they're going to do.
So, all right, who do you
And
got
the
for
people that don't vote.
who do you got for rookie of the year, offense and defense?
Probably Parsons for defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. Beats out Surtain.
Yeah, it's going to be close. And offense, I mean, it's hard to say not Jamar Chase.
That's who I'm going with too. Like Mac Jones
Yeah.
will come in second, but Jamar Chase is the things
Yeah,
he's doing.
I was thinking Mac Jones, but I'm like, it's kind of hard. I mean, look what Chase did. I played dynasty football. I could have had him 3 times in my draft, and I passed over him like I'm paying for now. And I have Burrow on that team, so it would have been a nice double up.
All right, you want to get a little more hobby talk here? We've been off for an hour. Are you busy or what you got going on?
I got maybe another 15 minutes or so.
All right, well, I got like 3 more questions. Is that good?
Yeah.
Three questions and just a little bit that we'll finish up with the polar plunge.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, what up, man? Our buddy Zach Blanken's on
Hey,
here.
Zach.
The bearded Baptist, if you know.
There he is.
All right, so what product did you like best in 2021?
So I mainly collect baseball. So I think the Bowman cards just look really clean. So the Bowman Chrome cards I love. That's my favorite. I like trying to I just like the way like the different Chrome cards look, and I don't like how they come bent in the mail in the packs, but
yeah.
You gotta
like straighten them out.
The problem is they're just like with everything, like it's just so expensive. So I mainly buy Yankee singles at this point for the most part. I don't buy too much retail. Once in a while, I got some the other day, so I'm saving it for a rainy day. So that was my favorite. My second favorite is I really like the Allen and Ginter cards. I know they're not popular, but they're really different. And I actually opened last week my first ever box of Chronicles, and like they're very different, but I think they look pretty cool.
Yeah,
they're not popular.
Was that Basketball Chronicles or which sport?
No, baseball.
Baseball. Yeah, I opened a lot of Baseball Chronicles 2020. I just opened some basketball because I wanted to get the Luminance cards. Like to me, the card of last year is the John Morant Luminance where he's dunking over Kevin Love. Like that is just the most epic card. So I really dig on that. I was really looking forward to the WNBA Prism. My daughter's 6, well, going to be 6 a couple of days, digs on cards, loves women's sports and stuff. 2020 WNBA Prism was incredible. 2021 was crap. I mean, quality control issues.
I kept seeing people posting about it, but
it was awful. I probably wasted $1,200 on WNBA to make me want to throw up. I just needed to mention that since we were talking about our favorite, like my least favorite. Jeez. Yeah, I like baseball the best as well. And you went Bowman Chrome. I have to go Topps Chrome. Like,
I know it wasn't that last year. I like it though.
It wasn't the best. I mean, it was kind of like the checklist was super weak. Both my hobby boxes were terrible. Actually, I did way better in retail. I had a Jared Kalenic redemption, auto redemption in a retail box. So I just thought it was a very fun rip. I've talked about this a lot before too, especially like last year's Prism. When you open like a mega box that you bought for $40, but you can sell it for like $200. Like it makes me nervous, and I don't enjoy opening that because it's like, okay, what am I going to get in here worth $200? Because I could just like go sell it on eBay, get $200, and like just say $150 profit for
Right.
basically getting lucky at Walmart. You get 5 of them and you get like $700,
It's
or you could
crazy.
sit there and open it. And I'm a ripper. Like I love opening cards. So for me, the Topps Chrome wasn't expensive. It was really cool. I love that product. I mean, I know I didn't get my value out of it, but it wasn't like pressure to get something great. I did get my value with the Kalenic rookie auto,
That's true.
but it was fun for me. And
I
some of
like
my
I like the
buddies,
Topps Chrome.
we get on Zoom calls and open cards. Like I'm gonna open Bowman Light with my buddy Nick
Ah,
after this, so that's gonna be a lot of fun on a Zoom call.
that's awesome. I actually got a Topps Chrome as a rack today, actually from Not Nolan Ryan.
Mm,
It's funny you mentioned I got this one today. Glaber
nice.
Torres Topps Chrome.
I like Brian. He's a good guy. He's in our hobby chat. We gotta
Yeah,
get you
he's
in there,
awesome.
Kevin.
Yeah, he's awesome.
My
He's
not well, the product I'm looking forward to in 2022 was Mosaic football until it's a crap show right now. Like just like you said, not Nolan Ryan was telling me, you can get a Jerry Judy out of like 10 for $150. You can't even get into a case break for $150. Like, what card are you
wow.
getting for these prices? It's like, unless you get the Chiefs and you're getting Mahomes auto or something, like you are not getting your money worth and you're paying for the entertainment. Like, I'll take
Right.
entertainment in baseball or something else. Like, the prices they're just too much right now. And it's just gone sky high, and just hopefully it's going to get better, because it seems like
I hope so.
the pandemic hobby is starting to leave. Some of us are staying, some of us are going, but it's starting to thin out. There's product on shelves for retail. Hobby boxes are
Not
getting more
around
and
here
more,
still.
but they've got to come down. So
Still can't find cards around me in stores.
at my Walmart, there's a line of 20 guys there every single time when the vendor is. So you got to get in line. You just do like one at a time. But I've gotten lucky on Target websites in the morning. So
Oh,
that's how
okay.
I've gotten mine. I got Update Chrome coming this week and some Mosaic basketball.
Nice.
And
See,
I'm trying to think if
I'm a prospect hunter. I like chasing the Yankees prospects, buying
see.
up cards, Yankees prospects.
I really enjoy it too, but I also like opening cards with my wife. Like, she loves opening cards too, but she
Right.
won't open the prospect stuff because she doesn't know who they are.
Okay.
But like even if I don't, like, I'll do the research and find out who it is. She wants to open cards that who it is, and she really
Right.
digs on, like, her favorite is Rookies and Stars NFL. That's just her
Okay.
favorite product, and just really likes it. Like, I'm like literally looking around my room to see what cards are around and what's going to be my favorite
That's what I'm
product. Like,
doing.
I got nothing. Like,
I just picked this up on eBay. This is one of my prospects that I PC. Anthony Volpe.
oh yeah, I've got some of him.
He's a local
Actually, I've got
kid.
2 of them at PSA right now.
Do you? Big fan. He's a local kid, went to local high school. He's
Nice.
going to probably be with the Somerset Patriots, the Yankees AA team. I have season tickets. Hoping maybe I can get a couple of cards signed by him.
I think I'm looking forward to more Pokemon this year, because I've really got
Okay.
into it, and that UPC really got me fired up. Like, I know nothing about it. I've
I
got
don't know
just
anything.
cards and cards and cards around here. Don't know what's worth anything. So if I can dive into it in 2022, figure out what's worth what, start selling some stuff, putting sets together and trying to chase actual sets and completing sets is seems like so much fun.
No, definitely. Especially if you can do it with your kids. It's more
Yeah,
fun.
and both of them like it. Like, Cooper's 2.5, and he was opening packs downstairs, and I was
That's
just digging
awesome.
it. All right, I had
My
one
kids
more,
just try to bend my cards, so I have to hide them.
and I wanted to touch on. We were talking about the prices. The last question before we finish up with the Polar Plunge. Like, is some of the retail ruining hobby boxes? Because Jamie Spittler and I were talking about the Real SPZA earlier. Like, with the prices of the Mosaic breaks and how much base there's going to be for retail and how much is printed, just cannot. Mosaic football last year was the first year they had it, so they're going to have it again this year. I mean, for retail,
Right.
we'll have it again this year, and I just think it's ruining the hobby boxes of it, the prices on it. Same with basketball. Like, I got a James Wiseman that I opened from retail. I got a bunch of retail, but the retail, you figure, okay, Prism was selling twice for what it was worth. Optic was selling 3 times. Mosaic selling for like almost retail price on the secondary
Right.
market.
That's
It's like,
crazy.
it's just so saturated right now that I think the more and more that hobby exclusives are becoming retail is really hurting that individual product. Not like
Yeah, I don't know too much about them. Like, I was confused when I started hearing people say stuff about Bowman Light a few weeks ago. I'm like, what's Light? Chrome Light, Bowman Light. I've never even heard of this. As so, I usually just buy blaster boxes for the most part. That's what I can get my hands on. I'll buy one retail hockey box every year. Usually, all the last 2 years I have. The first retail hockey box I actually had a huge hit. I don't have it. I should have brought it down here. I hit an Alexis Lafreniere out of 30 OHL insert. So that was the first card I sent the PSA, and it came back an 8, and I'm really annoyed.
Crack it and send it somewhere else.
I might have to. So yeah, I mean the prices are just they're just getting ridiculous, and like collectors like me, I'm just like priced out at this point. Like I don't really buy too much retail anymore. I'm just going into the Discord hobby shop with Midwest or eBay or one of the sales threads and buying up Yankees cards.
That's what I've been doing, just searching Cody Bellinger on stuff because it's kind of him and Carter Kaboom are my baseball non-red PCs. So let's a couple minutes finish up, talk about our fundraisers. I'll talk about mine for a minute, then you finish up and we'll say goodbye. That sound good?
Yeah, it sounds
all right,
good.
So definitely doing the Polar Plunge to raise money for Special Olympics Ohio, the one I'm doing. But we are doing sales thread. Oh, Eloy, I only have a gold one. It's gonna be $25,000, and all money will be going to the Polar Plunge. So, anyways, doing the Ohio Polar Plunge, raising money for Special Olympics. If we get to $5,000, I'll get probably a hobby tattoo and the polar bear tattoo because I got 14, so what's 2 more? It's cool. I mean, I got rated rookie on my forearm. Like, keep looking the wrong way. So I got rated rookie here, and then the Master Sword here from Zelda. So,
that's awesome.
PayPal, goldlinecards.com. Or the link, Eloy, directly to the Special Olympics is my pinned tweet on Twitter. So we're doing anybody who donates at least $10 gets entered into the raffle. Every $10 is one spot. We've got over 25 prizes right now and counting to give away to people. We're going to do the raffle on February 6th, collecting money through February 4th. And currently the thread that Kevin Fee did today, I'm going to random off a person for that and give them a Mosaic basketball blaster. So that's awesome. And so we're just going to do more giveaways, more ways to figure out how we're going to raise money. I know I've got a lofty goal of 5,000. I'm about 750 or so right now. So I've got quite a ways to go. Super pumped up, but we're going to get with employee 84 of how I can do this raffle better because I know he's good at it and pump out some good stuff. And, our motto here is good people doing good things. We're just trying to help the community, and it's going to be awesome. So
that's awesome. I got something for your raffle. Do you want me to send that to you or just mail it out once the prizes are picked out?
You'll mail it directly to the winner. I'll hook everybody up.
Okay.
I'm going to random off a person. Yes, I'm randomly going to off a person, Eloy. Eloy's always Eloy is like the reason I'm in the hobby. Like my hobby, we had the hobby hero, and he is my hobby hero. Like he's the good person who makes me want to do good things like we talked about earlier. I want to be the person that makes other people want to do good things. Like he is the reason why I want to help other people is Eloy. He's one of my first hobby friends. But yeah, everybody donates at least $10. We'll get entered in the raffle. We'll do the raffle February 6th live on probably YouTube or Twitter, probably both even because I got multiple cameras. And then just match the person up. Say like, okay, Anna, Andrew won Anna's prize. Okay, Anna's just going to send it to Andrew. Or Eloy won Kevin's prize. You're just going to send it directly to Eloy. And I'll just hook everybody up. And if people want shipping covered, I'll cover it. If they don't want to, no judgment here. Just whatever. And that's what I got. So take it away, Kevin. Take us home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out kind of what I'm going to do with it, per se. what I had to come up with like something like to that effect, but I'm not sure the scale I'll be able to do it to. So I'm still trying to kind of brainstorm, but I just keep asking everybody to retweet it, get the word out, and a lot of my friends usually come through um, near the end when we get closer to the date to help get me closer to my goal. And I mean, I know a couple people donated tonight, and I really appreciate it. And that big donation
Mm.
from Kelly today was awesome. So, I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
looking at now.
know.
I'm at $798 raised this year, which is
That's
crazy.
incredible, man. You're $202 away from your goal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I know like my mom and dad, my aunts and uncles will donate, but they're probably all donating like February 1st or something. And I don't know, people like to be the one to put you over.
Yeah,
Buck City Breaks comes in at the very end, like, oh, how much do you
awesome.
need? Okay, we'll send you $600. Like, so I think that I'm also going to do I forgot to mention this earlier. My wife mentioned um, a he said you don't have enough facial hair to come onto my stream. Alloy, he's so funny. She said to do another YouTube sale. So I'm gonna do a YouTube sale where all the proceeds are gonna go to the Special Olympics as well. The weekend before the plunge. So I gotta start getting that together here. But that's what I'm gonna do as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll get you to 1,000 and we'll see about getting me. You'll definitely get there. Hopefully I will.
I think you will.
I think I will too, but I mean you're like definite. You got a month to get $200.
Yeah, it's crazy. The most I ever got was 550 a few years ago. So
Well, this is the best you've ever done. I'm very proud of
I
you.
know. Thank you. I appreciate it. You've been very helpful.
All right, man.
Um,
If you
and
you got anything else before we jump off here?
no, it was fun.
Awesome. Well, you took up an hour and 22 minutes of my life that I'm never going to get back. No, I'm just kidding, man. I had a great time chatting with you. I've never really talked to you before, except just random
Yeah,
messages on Twitter. So this is great to get to know you. Hopefully, I can get back to my YouTube shows. I do an around the hobby show where I get like 4 people on and do a talk show or just random shows like this. So get back into
yeah,
those and get some fresh faces, right?
yeah. It'd be fun.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump off here and Kevin said your dad sent both of us a donation. Thank you very much. It's much
Oh, thank you.
appreciated. So we're gonna get off here and finish up our night. I'm gonna open that box with my buddy Nick, and I know you said you got to go. So thanks so much for joining me, and we'll be in touch about that fundraiser,
Yeah.
all right, man?
See you later. Have a good night.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks, everyone.